I'm expecting Grealish to play in the 10, but I'll say more about that in a bit. De Bruyne is an injury question, but I think the answer is yes, he is injured. He is injured. So we will assume De Bruyne is out. What am I expecting in this game? Obviously our best back four. If you look at the Arsenal game, Manchester City would have won without Kyle Walker on the pitch. Pep Guardiola is a fucking bozo for playing Kyle Walker. We should have sold him before the treble season. Instead, we still have him right now. Let's check the dates. Oh yeah, 2 years down the road. Well, but we should play our best starting lineup here with Rico Lewis, Akanji, Diaz, Guardiola. This is a big game. I think Kyle Walker will probably play some games against weaker opposition, but never against big teams. Ever again should Kyle Walker play. Not even as a substitute. So, this is what I'm expecting. With Rodri out, I'm expecting Kovacic to play a lot and Gundogan. With O'Reilly coming in for weaker teams, but not against bigger teams like, of course, Newcastle United. So, Kovacic and Gundogan gonna play, try to hold the midfield down. Whilst Foden is not on the pitch, as you can see, because I have Grealish on the pitch instead. Playing as a 10 as a more free role. Why don't I have Foden on the pitch? Because I would take Foden on for Gundogan. Put Foden on the pitch if you are trailing a goal, something like that. Have Foden maybe play on the right as a winger, which I know a lot of people don't like, but he can do it pretty well. I also won't start Foden because, quite frankly, he's not played that many minutes yet this season. I think he has less than Gundogan. I could be wrong on that. So that's why I'm starting Gundogan over Foden, because this is a pretty big game. I obviously have Savio on the pitch, best winger in the Premier League. Go watch La Liga if you disagree. And go watch him against Arsenal. Then Bernardo Silva. I also have Silva on the pitch. I don't start with Doku because Silva will give us some more control. We have Savio to create the chances, Grealish in the middle to create the chances, which he can do quite well. Guardiola even, Rico Lewis, Gundogan, and you have Haaland to finish those chances. So Bernardo Silva, I think is just fine. Keep control over the game. I might prefer maybe starting Foden there or Nunez, but I just think that Pep Guardiola will go Bernardo Silva. It just seems like something Pep will do, for the control's sake. So personally, I do prefer Foden down this right than Bernardo Silva. Again, just not what Pep will do. Now, why am I saying Grealish in midfield? Well, actually, Grealish has been playing in midfield in training as a 10, which that's just reports, maybe they're wrong. But going off of that, I'm expecting Pep, if he's playing Grealish in midfield in training, he's gonna play Grealish in midfield in the games as well. And De Bruyne is probably gonna come back, and then Grealish goes back to his left wing position, which would be just fine by me. That would be fantastical if Grealish can come into midfield, do a job, then De Bruyne is back from injury, Grealish can go to the left. And Foden can go anywhere on the pitch, really. Foden can go anywhere on this side of the pitch, which is insane for him. Foden will get game time, by the way, for anyone who's worried about that, because he can play anywhere. You want to rest De Bruyne, okay, play Foden in the 10. You want to rest Gundogan, okay, play Foden in the 8. You want to rest Silva, okay, play Foden on the right. You can play this guy anywhere, which is why this season he will play games. I'm expecting Man City to bring on Doku throughout the game, probably for Bernardo Silva or Savio, depending on what we need. If, let's say we are winning 3-0, we just want to hold on to the ball, take Doku on for Savio, let Bernardo Silva hold on to the ball, maybe bring Foden in for Grealish, just hold on to that ball. If we are trailing behind, so we need a goal, take Bernardo Silva off, bring on Doku, try to get that goal. So it really depends on what we need in the game, but I do think Doku is a certain substitution. Mateus Nunez, might be seeing an appearance as well in midfield, maybe for Kovacic or Gundogan. Again, depending on what we need. I don't think he plays unless we are winning 2 goals or more. And then for the rest of the team, again, Foden might come on if we need a goal, but I don't think he does if we're winning comfortably. So that's my predictions here for the game against Newcastle. Now, Alexander Isak is injured, and tell me what you guys think down below, yeah, but I saw this debate about Alexander Isak being on the same level as Haaland, and it was serious, yeah? These were the Newcastle fans who actually believed what they were saying. Newcastle fans, tell me down below what you think about that, yeah? But I know for a fact that these people do not watch La Liga, do not watch Bundesliga, because I do, and these guys literally did not know that Alexander Isak played for Dortmund at some point. And let me show you why. So, I've opened Alexander Isak here. This is goals per season. And let me just put this myth to bed, that Alexander Isak would bang goals if he was on the same team as Haaland. That Alexander Isak would get the same goals as he would if he played for Man City. We can look at the international team, which is already a clear sign that it's not true, because 48 appearances, 14 goals, nowhere near Haaland. But you scroll down, and... oh no. Something isn't right. Dortmund, he's got 1 goal and 1 assist in his entire fucking career. Okay, it's only 13 games. But the argument by these people was that Haaland was banging goals in farmers leagues with Salzburg and with Dortmund. Well, look at this. Real Sociedad, 44 goals and 132 appearances. Dortmund, 1 goal and 13 appearances. These are the people who don't know what they're talking about, yeah? If you genuinely believe that Alexander Isak is even is even a tenth of the player that Erling Haaland is, I'm sorry, you do not watch football. You only watch your local team. Fair enough to you, but don't have to begin, don't try to talk big shit to people who have watched the Bundesliga for years, who have watched La Liga for years, who have watched the Premier League for years, who have watched football for years. I watched Haaland at Salzburg. You know why? Look it up. Club Brugge wanted to buy Erling Haaland. So I followed him. We wanted to buy him. Club Brugge, Club Rouge. We ended up not getting him, and then he went to Salzburg. I watched that guy from Salzburg to Man City. I know what Erling Haaland plays like. I have watched Alexander Isak for Real Sociedad. Anyone who thinks that Isak has the same technical ability as Haaland, you're incorrect. It's very easy to look like a very technically gifted player when you're on the counter. Because Erling Haaland, yeah, on a counter-attack, look at that goal he scored against Wolves. Or he traps a ball, he turns the ball onto his left foot, he whips it in. That is what Haaland did on a regular for Dortmund and Salzburg. It's easy to do that when you're playing on the counter, which Isak does for Newcastle. But here is the fact, yeah? There is a reason why Alexander Isak plays for Newcastle and not for Man City. Alexander Isak is not that good. He isn't. He's hella overrated. He's an he's an above average striker. I would not want Alexander Isak at Man City if Haaland leaves. First of all, because I don't think Haaland is leaving, but if he does, I would rather get Mason Greenwood. Look at Mason Greenwood in Ligue 1. Oh, that guy is balling. That guy is a proper striker. People who think Alexander Isak is this great striker, first of all, he gets less assists than Haaland. Go check that. Second of all, he's just not nearly as good a finisher as Haaland. There is a state of delusion for the people who think that Alexander Isak is even close to Erling Haaland. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise that Haaland is not a technically gifted player. He is. He's just no Aguero, obviously. But he has technical ability. You guys don't watch Bundesliga, La Liga, that's why you don't know what ability Haaland has. I've watched him. The only reason you don't see Haaland's ability is because he plays a system that Pep wants him to play. That's besides the point, maybe. But Haaland will score against Newcastle because, guess this, yeah? If Haaland scores against Newcastle, that is 6 games in a row. Then you have Fulham, Wolves, I believe, Southampton, and I believe Brighton. That's 4 games in a row. Where Haaland should back, puts him on 10 games in a row where he has a goal. And then he scores against Tottenham, let's assume he does. That's 11 games in a row where Erling Haaland has scored. Why is that important? Look up Jamie Vardy records. You'll see why. And you probably know what I'm talking about already. But yeah, Haaland's goal to be matching that Jamie Vardy record. If he scores against Liverpool, by the way, he breaks it. So let's see if Erling Haaland can break that Jamie Vardy record. And then let's see if Alexander Isak can have a good season by scoring 15 goals again. Real great striker. By the way, Haaland's terrible season was 27 goals, by the way. 27 goals, 5 assists in the league alone. But Alexander Isak, great season, 15 goals. Thank you for watching to the end. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And tell me down below what you think about Isak versus Haaland, by the way. No offense to Newcastle fans. I know most of you are not delusional, but whoever that was on that debating panel, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But yeah, thank you for watching to the end. I am dragging this video out at this point. My apologies. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.